Right.
Which brought you to now you at Rap-A-Lot.
Yes.
Big almighty Rap-A-Lot Records.
Yes.
So what exactly do you do at Rap-A-Lot?
Ooh,
Like, what don't you do, right?
Right. I'm going to need a few different hats right here. Which hat do you want me to put on? You know, good question, because I never liked labels. So when I came into the office that the head person had, right, who was the chief of operations and the chief finance officer, comptroller over the situation, right? So that was my office now. That was my desk and my chair, right? So maybe that was my title. But the reason that that's so such a sticky thing for me is I can remember one of the guys saying, I need some business, I'm a manager, I'm this, I'm that. And I was just like, I don't care what they call you. We just need to get this job done.
Exactly.
I never requested, asked anyone, right, to acknowledge me as.
Right.
All I know is, what do we need to do? Who's going to play what position so we can get this done? We have a team. I'm part of the team.
Right.
We have a situation. We have a company that is incredible. We have a multi-million-dollar company that's been in existence since 1986. Some things have changed and we're going through a transition, but we're not going to fall, and we're not going to fold. So here I am. Here's what I can do. You're here. You're playing your positions. Let's learn about each other, what needs to be done, and get it done. That's all. I don't feel a need to call each other a manager, you the chief. No, we're a team. And our goal, our mission is to get this job done.
And I think that's what makes all great leaders, kind of how you said, and why you've been able to build everything you build and consistently build, is because you don't have to be the head person in the spotlight, in the view, or the person that everybody's seeing as, oh, that's the founder, the owner. Like you just want to get the job done. And a lot of times that's all it takes is getting a job done. I think that stops a lot of entrepreneurs. You mentioned that everybody's an entrepreneur, which a lot of people are, but that stops entrepreneurs from getting the job done because they want to be big boss or the big person in charge, which led to them. So, but you still didn't tell us exactly what do you do at Rap-A-Lot.
Everything. File papers, answer phones, cut all the checks. Every check that went out had my name on it. And now there's wires, So yeah, that was my position, and that's the position that I played. Tried to make sure that everybody had everything that they needed and was accountable for doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing, right?
Right.
I'm gonna say this about entrepreneurship and what you just said, because it's a very powerful point as to why it's not just about me. In any business that you're in, you ask yourself, what is it that I'm selling? And this is where people get confused. When I started my limousine company, they said they wanted to do a photo shoot with me, right? And I'm like, a photo shoot, right? Yeah, we need to do a photo shoot for your business. This is for marketing, like we need a photo shoot. So I was like, all right then. Look, I had never been in a photo shoot like this, right? They come over, we do this photo shoot. I'm changing clothes. My cousin's there doing my hair. We're doing a whole photo shoot. And then I get the pictures, and I'm like, oh yeah, these are nice. Oh, these are cute. These are nice. And then something went off in my head. Why do I need a photo shoot? I was like, hold on, hello, why I need a photo shoot? And I love the pictures. Can I keep the pictures? But why do I need a photo shoot? I'm not selling me.
Right.
Let's just get them cars. I don't even need to be in front of the car.
Right.
My advertisement for Prince limousines never had a picture of me because I was never selling me. I was selling cars. And a mistake is it also could have caused a bias.
What you mean by that?
I mean, here's someone, God bless them, but they don't like this beautiful black girl.
Right. Impossible. But, you know,
Impossible.
If they exist.
If they exist, yes. And here she is in front of this car. It's a distraction. I never put my face on my company. They didn't need to know it was the little black girl from Fifth Ward.
Right.
All they needed to know was here's a vehicle that holds X number of people, that has some nice lights on and air conditioning, and would you like it? And here's what it costs. That's all they needed to know. Too many times, it's about us. Okay, but what happens to your business?
Exactly.
And how successful is your business?
Exactly. And so what would you say, because, you know, a lot of times you play around on social. I got you on a few social platforms. But a lot of times in business right now, it's about personal branding and kind of you being in the front, or you being in the camera. What advice would you give someone that's in a position of growing a business now where it seems like that's what sells?
And absolutely, social media has absolutely changed the game, right? Like it totally has. So very good point. And with marketing, and I do understand branding yourself, especially depending on what type of business that you're doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially like your line of business, and you're the boss with this, right? Like I got to be careful about my answers, see if I'm smart enough to handle this, okay?
You're good.
So yeah,
You're good.
Definitely, I do believe that you are branding yourself. And I even noticed, like you say on social media, how much more likes a picture may get, you know. But what they know me as and what they know me for, and my other problem with it is that I also see some people, that's all I see. It's overkill,
right.
You know. So again, I'm still back to, well, do you care about other people?
Right.
Or is it just you?
Right.
You know. So what is it again that you do?
Right.
Or what is it again that you're selling or marketing? I have no idea. I just know you're always cute and in a mirror with a selfie or something. You know, nothing wrong with cute. I like pretty, but overkill. Yeah.
Definitely.
So what is it that you're selling? And then the shift. Like 1 minute you're on here and you're saying this and God bless and in Jesus' name, and the next minute you're on there.
Yeah, God knows what, you know.
Yeah, look like a problem. You know? Maybe too much, you know. So
doing God knows what.
Right.
Doing God knows what.
Yeah.
But so you've been able to really accomplish a lot, especially when it comes to just being in like your well, not your latest endeavors, but one of the last endeavors that we all know about is the Rap-A-Lot and things like that. So how has it been really being in an industry like that? Because we all know, if you don't know, Rap-A-Lot is it's a record label, and it's a lot more than that. But just in the simplest form, it's a record label. So how have you been able to really dominate in what we know as a male industry?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't walk in thinking male or female. Maybe it's because I grew up with males.
What you mean, girl?
Like, I'm the only girl.
Okay.
My dad has 2 other boys. Most of my cousins are boys. You know, I had male best friends, you know. So I grew up with a lot of, so I never walked into Rap-A-Lot thinking male. I just walked in thinking there are some concerns, there's work, there's things that need to happen. How can I do it? How can you do it? How can you do it? What role do you play?
Right.
And I didn't think male or female. So with that, though, I didn't show up in little shorts and little skirts with my stomach out and my breast out or anything because I wasn't selling me. I was there to get a job done that was related to music.
Right.
The highlight and what needs to be seen and out front is the artist.
Right.
What do we do behind the scene to make him look good, right? And to make sure that his work, because they're all genius, you know, in their own right, but to make that work just really shine and look good and make it happen, you know. And so I just, and I get asked this question a lot. I just really didn't think male or female, and I carried myself in such a way that I didn't promote it either.
As far as your wardrobe or just in your attitude? Like, what do you mean you didn't promote it?
Both, because it could be both, right? And I am still a lady.
We know.
You know, so you know, you can't really, and I wasn't trying to put that away or anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I respected them as people, and I expected them to respect me. So, scenario, if one did just, accidentally, baby,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, you cut it right then and there. It's no one time.
off the cut, from the beginning, no misunderstanding.
Do you do it in private or you do it right then, like right then and there? If I walk and say, hey, baby, or something, you right then and there, hey, we not doing this with no
Right
email? Or,
Right there,
okay.
right there. Because whoever else is here needs to know this too.
Right.
And I'm not calling you that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not that I had to be Miss Prince,
Right.
you know, or anything like that. But I wasn't going to be baby or any other little name, you know,
Right.
pet name or anything like that. But yeah, so there was, and I really didn't have that problem a lot. I really think that there's a nonverbal way of communicating, and it's the way that you carry yourself,
Right.
and not, definitely not to say that there's not violations
Right.
that occur, and not to say that I've never been violated as a female. I've never been violated as a female with Rap-A-Lot
Right.
in that company or at all. You know, I've had people try to step over the line with other situations, you know, but no, never there, you know. But like I said, I made sure that I didn't send the wrong message. I was intentional about what we're here for, what we're doing, and that. You know, now, I know they got upset. You know, sometimes they would get upset and they be like, and one of the guys always said to me, "See, you Jay little sister, you better be glad you Jay's sister." I said, "Nigga, you better be glad I'm Jay's sister." You know, so yeah, but I think, and I hate to think it, it's a real thin line right there, and you know, you have to be careful walking it, you know, because I believe in people being who they are.
Right.
You know, I just think that we need to back up and have private conversations with ourselves and make sure that we're not sending the wrong message. And if someone is confused, check it at the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I had a friend that was going through this. She was an insurance agent, and she said some guy invited her out for dinner. He said there's going to be other people there, and it wasn't. She gets there. But that's why I asked you, when are you handling it? Because she was like, well, she wanted to handle it via text or email later and things like that, except handling it right then and there. So everybody in the room can see what's going on, because it stops anybody else from trying the same things. I think a lot of times, you know, unspokenly, we might whisper or say, you know, oh, Sally, oh, yeah, she good. She'll let you know. Things like that. But when you do it right then in your face, like, hey, everybody know, oh, she's not, don't try her. Don't try her. You almost said, I guess, did you ever feel like you would be that woman that, you know, sometimes people might see that woman that's, oh, no, don't mess with her. She got attitude, or she too feisty, or she too this, she too that. Have you ever been that woman?
Oh, man. Do I have to tell the truth?
Yes. Look, let us know.
Yeah, so this is funny because it was the word on the street was, and I don't, look, to my defense, I don't think that I was just too, the thing is I'm about accountability, and I'm very thorough in everything, in my communication, in my work, in my everything. So I have questions.
Right.
It's who I am. You know, personal, business, everything. I have questions. If you ask me to do something, I have questions. I ask you a question. You know, like I question things because I want clarity, and I don't want any confusion. I think a lot of mistakes happen just because it wasn't real clarity there, right? So I try to eliminate that, and I ask questions. So because I am the one on all of the bank accounts, because, you know, Rap-A-Lot is one of our companies. We have the boxing company, we have the real estate company, we have the publishing company, so we have several companies. And I am the person who was writing the checks for all of the companies. But I had questions every time. So if you had a check request, be ready to answer the questions. So that was a little intimidating for some people, because people don't like answering questions. But if you want my money, and besides that, when I give a report to Mr. Prince, I'm thorough when I give a report to him.
Even if it's your brother?
Because he's not my brother right now. He's my business partner.
Nice.
So I always called him Mr. Prince.
How do you separate the two? Because you got, you seem like your brother, y'all really good friends, probably best of friends, then you got business partners. So how do you?
A strong line and true boundaries. Because when I'm at work, I'm working. So what was really interesting is a lot of the people were his childhood friends, and things like that. People had been on, so they all call him Jay, Lil J, Jay, and I was the only person up there saying Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince. You know about Mr. Prince? Yeah, yeah. Mr. Prince on the line, because, and maybe because I came from corporate, it's respect and it's boundaries, and I believe in boundaries. And again, it alleviates some mistakes. See, because if I play with you and make it seem like this, then you may be confused.
Right.
See, I'm showing you that I'm here to do business with him at this time. What happens with our private conversations or after work hours, that's us.
Right.
You know what I mean? That may be a laughing, a crying, or whatever. But when we're in this mode, I have Mr. Prince on the line, Mr. Prince that's all I called him. I never called him James, Jay, my brother, any of that, because it did not matter.
Wow, and a lot of times it doesn't. So really quick, just to end this, what advice would you give, let's say a woman right now, she's looking to get into any male-dominant industry, what advice would you give her right now?
Yeah, and so criminal justice was male-dominated. Yeah.
All your industries
were. All my industries were.
All your industries
right, all my industries were. So you stay true to who you are.
Stay true to who you are.
That female energy is needed.
Right.
We were created to make things better and make things great, So you're knowing that you're needed, knowing who you are, coming with your talents, your skills, your everything. Nobody else can bring what you can bring to the situation. It doesn't matter if it's men, if it's another culture, if it's whatever it is, you know what I mean? Nobody can bring what you bring. So bring your energy, be true to who you are, but be an asset too. Now, if you're not an asset, can you please just stay home? Just don't go in that situation.
Right.
But there is absolutely a situation that you belong in,
Right.
And bring that, because I can't be you and you can't be me, but we both have such great power and something in us that the world needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So respect others and demand respect, Yeah.
Respectfully. Respectfully. That's what we say. Respectfully.
Yeah. Right. Because it doesn't have to be ugly. And I very, very seldom, I can't even think of many times, it just doesn't have to be. In 20 years, it doesn't have to be. It's the way you handle things speaks to your character, And when you allow people to take you out of your character, you give them your power.
Ooh, that's powerful.
And
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful. No, that's powerful. So